action.
Okay, we're going to start with putting our 2x4s. So, sometimes you get a 4x4 and be able to do this a little bit easier, but this is what we have. We're going to place it under the inside wheel, about in the middle. That way it's out of the way in case we misdrive, or it'll shift sometimes in the ice. So you have to be aware of that. So we're going to pull forward onto that. Then I'm going to go in and grab the chain and we're going to put on. Bring my special tool and the bungee for later. I'll lay out my chains here with the moons on the outside, so when I put it on top of the tire, they're on the outside here. And the hooks here have to be up so they don't wear into the wheel while we're driving. There we go. Sometimes these can be all bound up and you have to check especially the end and undo them. Like this one here is all bound up. When you pull them up, they should lay flat. See how this one's not going to lay flat? So I'm going to spin it, and now it will lay flat. Eventually, when I get it right. There you go. Now it'll lay flat. Sometimes the second one does the same thing, so you have to check on that. I'm going to set up my moons so that they, see how narrow that is compared to this? We want them open as wide as possible. So all of them will be this way. Open. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to pick up my chains, place them over the top of it with the back part as far in as possible. We want it to not be all the way in, but in enough so that I can pull the chain together. We'll see that in a minute here. To push this hook as far forward as I can. And I notice that it's a little bit off. I want it a little bit back further so that I can hook it while it's in the air rather than trying to hook it underneath. Okay, now we'll go underneath. I reach back in here and I grab that hook. I push this up so I have more slack in the back. I have 4 extra links down here. So I'm going to hook the second one, number 2 right here. Going to put it on my eye hook here, or my bent hook, all the way on and through, and then hook it on the last available one. By doing that, I've taken up all the slack in the back, so I'll never have to adjust it again, and there are no extra links flapping around here, only this many, so it's not going to stick out much farther than the tire at all, and it won't bang anything. Now I'm on the outside again, and I'm taking up the slack is what I'm doing right now. The inside is as tight as it's ever going to be. So now, any slack that I can take, I'm just going to hook wherever I can on here. I got number 2 here. Keeping the hand down here, I work it a little bit. Sometimes, if you have new tires, they have these huge notches that these get stuck in. So be sure and check that. Sometimes it'll be way cockeyed, like way off like this, and you lift it up and it gives you a lot more slack. By taking the slack down here and holding it on there, any loosening that happens, my hand acts as a bungee here and takes up the slack already. That way I don't have to adjust it so much. So now I've done as much as I can. I've gotten it so I can possibly get the fourth one. Let's see. Nah, it's right there. If I really wanted to, I do want it. We'll try. I could if I wanted to work it, but we'll just do it with number 3 here. So I hook it on there. There it is. Now I'm going to put my bungee. I know I'm going to have to hook it up here, so I want it somewhere up in here. So I'll push it in there first, and it's hanging here just ready for me. Grab my special tool. Tighten down my moons. And see how it's already getting nice and tight. Now I'll pull my bungee down, catch this hook there. You notice that the hook is out away from the tire. Same with this one here. And all my bungee is doing actually is just holding this so it doesn't go anywhere. Now that's a pretty tight chain. You can put another 6 bungees on if you want, but there's really no reason to. So what we'll do is we'll pull forward. Usually you'd go to the next 2 or 3 stops, but we're not going to do that. Let's pull forward and back a couple of times and see if there's any more slack that develops. Let's see if we didn't get much slack, because there's really not much slack to give. This is almost as tight as it can be. I only have one more length that I can take anyway. So I'm within 2 inches of being as tight as it'll ever be. This one might be good enough for the day. It might not be, but like I said, it's only one hook off at the most, so I don't have to worry about it. It's looking good. Okay, now we're all done. We're going to take it off. I lay down my plastic sheet, because now the ice and the rain and the water are all dripping off my truck, and I don't want to get wet. So I take off my bungees. Where's my special tool? Back there. You may or may not need your tool. It's right over here. If I was only able to get 2 moons, then my adjustment could be getting that 3rd moon, but I got them all, so now we can undo them. Which, start with your easiest one, because it's easier. Once you get that one loose, then the other ones you usually just do by hand. Okay, there we go. Set this and this out of the way, but you don't want to drive off without them, so don't forget them. I got the hook on the outside here. I'll undo that one. Fortunately, I got it up on top, so now I can reach inside. Again, pushing the chain so it loosens up on the inside. And I just unhook my hook on the inside. Both of them. Drop them down out here. I'll drive forward about 2 feet. Do the other side at the same time if possible. That way you save one of the trips up here. And depends on what kind of day it's been, whether your chains are dry or got a bunch of crud on them. If they got a bunch of stuff on them, we'll pretend they do. Take them off. And I'll just throw them in the back of the truck here. And that way the ice will hopefully melt over a period of time, go away, and then I can put them back in my cloth bag in order to preserve the life of the cloth bag. And don't forget your bungee and your special tool. You'll need that. If you don't have one, when you're doing your pre-trip for your chains, come and see a safety person or a mechanic. They'll come and either get you one or get you a new set of chains. And that's everything.